Here's a drive. That one stroked deep to left center field. That's way back there, head of the wall.
Red Sox baseball on Nesson. And here we go. It's fake Fenway Park on a frickin' Twitter call as we get ourselves set for a new podcast about baseball and stuff. And of course, welcome onto the booth, Dave O'Brien, Lou Marloni, and Jemai Webster is dead.
Yeah, buddy, it's about damn time, isn't it? I think we definitely got ready. We're getting ready for something big here. We're the next Section 10 is in its place, so, we'll be alright. I think we'll be good.
Yeah, and eventually we'll get so popular that Jared Corrales will be begging for us to come on Section 10.
Yeah, definitely on the next Tom Milliken.
Oh, so. Yeah. He'll be...
Alright, let's get right into this, though. 2025 did not end properly. It wasn't definitely the way we wanted it. Cam Schlittler, so it was a little hard out. So.
Yeah. No, Cam Hitler. So the Red Sox season ended with Cam Hitler throwing 8 shutout innings against this Red Sox team that didn't know how to hit a frickin' baseball because apparently they just, they freeze. They had their fight or flight and they chose C, freeze.
Yeah, it was definitely poor. I'm looking at Cam Schlittler's baseball reference right now. His postseason, he started the one game. Or no, he started the game against the Red Sox. 12 Ks, 8 innings. Like, he could have won the ninth, too. It was too close of a game. So, definitely froze right there. But you can't do anything against that, so.
Yeah, and of course, the real big story of that final series was really Jarren Duran. That drop, I think, set off a chain reaction, and we just kind of collapsed. Like, after...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like, he dropped that ball, and I remember sitting there on my couch, I was watching it, I was like, oh, God, this is it, isn't it? And sure enough, it was. I didn't even make it through all of Game 3. I fell asleep in like the 5th.
No, yeah, I turned it off in the 6th.
And I knew when Cora announced Connolly Early as a starter, I was like, oh no. Like, I love him.
I definitely had faith in Connolly Early. His starting against the A's.
I think he's great. He's a great pitcher. He's going to be great for years. But I think in a playoff game at Yankee Stadium, I don't think that was the right decision. When you could have potentially had like Giolito or something.
Giolito wasn't available. Remember, he was hurt.
Oh, he was hurt. That's stupid. Hell, I would have taken Alex Bregman to pitch. Probably would have given up 3 runs instead of 4. Oh.
Yeah, 3 earned. I forgot about this. I really did. I tried to shove this very deep in my mind back in the places where I wouldn't remember. But it didn't end terribly though. We really kind of were expected to be there. No, we definitely were expected to be there. But it should have been better. Roman Anthony went down with a terrible injury, and you definitely can't expect that. But he didn't even come up till June 9th. Like we got to think about these things. Like we really definitely could have done better, and it just didn't end the way we wanted it to. But 2026, I think, is definitely going to be our year. It's definitely our year, I believe.
Oh yeah, and I think the thing with Roman is that him getting injured. It's like everybody knew that was the beginning of the end. But even when Roman wasn't there, this Sox team was good. Like, right after that, they had the series against... I almost called them Oakland. They're not in Oakland anymore. They had the Indian series, because they're still the Indians, not the freaking Guardians or whatever they're called. They had the Indian series. Then we went to... Where are they? Sacramento now?
Yeah. The series Connolly Early made his debut.
What a... game in his first. I think he struck out like 11 batters through 5 innings.
Correct.
And then that was a great series, except for when Chapman gave up a walk-off in Game 3, and that was his first hit
in like 4 months.
Yeah, in like a couple months, so that kind of sucked. But then we went back to Fenway and stuff, and we did good. And then we ended the season, of course, Cedon, the great
walk-off against the Tigers, yeah.
I got his jersey on literally right now. Cedon hit that ball. Will Fleming made probably his best call of the year. Walk-off triple sends us to the playoffs, but it was on Apple TV, so half of the fans couldn't even watch it.
Yeah, that's definitely when Stream East was around. Definitely watching on Stream East.
And then they lost the next day, but that's fine because coming into that Sunday, we were happy. The Tigers were happy. I was there for the final game at Fenway that year. And, yeah, and it was pretty cool. The atmosphere was great. Massa hit that home run in the first inning, and everyone lost their minds. And then it was a good win. It was a great win. The sun kind of messed up my shots. I was trying to like film Sweet Caroline and like the final out, but the sun just kept getting in the way because it was setting. We were sitting in the bleachers and it was setting right behind like where home is and all the stuff. So it was like we were staring directly into the sun, and it didn't help that my phone was incredibly dirty because I think I had like dropped it, and I also like was holding it while I was also holding like 3 Fenway Franks. So kind of got a bit.
Yeah.
But
not in your favor right there.
That's just life. You gotta have so many Fenway Franks while you're there. Gotta make the most of it. And then I remember we also went to Citi Field once, and it felt so primitive because they didn't have the things like that. Like at Fenway, they have like the scale things where you put all the stuff you're getting on the scale and then you just buy it there. At Citi Field, you had to go up to someone, you had to give them your credit card, and you had to buy it, and it was so stupid.
Yeah, heaven forbid we had to live life like real people.
God forbid we have to interact with people. Social interaction, my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a pretty cool game. And then after that, hopes were high, expectations were high, and then we got news that Alex Bregman was sick or something. It was something like that, and everybody started freaking out. And then Cora said he was fine, and then we stopped freaking out.
Because then he did nothing in the playoffs, so it's right? Right?
It really wouldn't have mattered if we had Nick Sogard there or somebody else.
I think we did have Nick Sogard there.
We had him I think at second base.
Yeah, second base.
And I will say the 3 people that showed up for the playoffs, Nick Sogard, Masataka Yoshida, those 2 specifically, and Trevor Story as well. Those 3, the only 3 that actually showed up. And something tells me you win that series if Roman plays. If Roman plays, you win that series.
Did he not? I thought he did.
And then, so the season didn't end the way we wanted to. And then, then the World Series, that was a whole experience. I'm sitting there on my couch. I want to go to bed. And I'm watching Miguel Rojas, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is the end. And then he hits a ball, and when he hits it, the contact, I think it's a fly out. I'm like, okay. And then
like it's stuck under the wall.
And then it just goes over, and I'm like, okay. And then they go into extras, and after the bottom of the 9th hole, I was terrified. I was like shaking the entire time. I was like, oh my God. And then when Miguel Rojas threw it home to Will Smith, I was like, oh no. But then he was out, and then went to extras, and then Will Smith slapped that ball in the 11th, and then the Dodgers won the World Series. And for the moment I was happy because the Blue Jays lost, and then I woke up the next morning and reality set in, and I was like, oh no, baseball's cooked. Baseball's so cooked. And I think baseball is definitely cooked because sitting there I'm thinking, yay, the Dodgers beat the Blue Jays, I hate the Blue Jays. And then I wake up the next day and I'm like, well,
there goes baseball.
There goes baseball. You have 1 more year. And I think a key component into last season was the man himself, Craig Breslow. Or as I like to call him, Osama bin Breslow. Let's talk about Craig Breslow for a minute. Picture the scenes. It's a summer night in June. You just swept the Yankees and have won 6 games in a row, and Devers hit a home run. It was a whole thing. Now imagine me. I'm at my grandfather's house down in Jersey, and we were just playing catch, and then we come back inside, and then I turn on the TV to watch Sunday Night Baseball, Dodgers and Giants, and they say Kyle Harrison was no longer starting. I was like, that's interesting. Then they show Jeff Passan's tweet. I thought it was fake at first. Like, I was staring at my TV.
Yeah, no, I definitely thought it got hacked.
I was like, is that real? And then Ken Rosenthal said something about it, and then MLB said something about it. I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, who'd we get? And then I saw that we got Kyle Harrison Jordan Hicks, and
Jose Bale and James
Tibbs. And now we have one of those players on our team. But at least we got rid of Hicks.
Jose Bale, yeah.
At least we got rid of Jordan Hicks. That I support that movement. I support getting Hitler off my team. And then Craig has the audacity every year to say, we're going to spend money. And yet you offer Pete Alonso nothing compared to what the Orioles gave him. Then
no, I definitely agree with that statement. I agree with him not giving Alonso money. I've never liked Alonso.
And then you have a perfect opportunity to get Bregman back. All you have to do, you're offering him more. All you have to do is include a no trade clause. And Breslow, being the stubborn freak that he is, he's like, no. So then Bregman goes to the Cubs because Bregman knows that if he signed that contract, he would get traded in 2 years.
Yeah, but that's not just Breslow's fault. The Red Sox haven't given out no trade clauses in a free agent contract since I think it was 1997.
And they're so
because the extension was Dustin Pedroia. He got a no trade clause, but then before that I think it was like Jim Rice who had gotten the full no trade clause in a contract. So that's like a thing that the Red Sox have never really done, is give out a contract with a no trade clause. I don't blame Breslow for that personally.
And you really think you finally started to realize, I think, when Devers got traded, this was a pattern. 2003, oh, it's a one-off. Then Mookie, oh yeah, things happen. Well, no, nobody thought that for Mookie, but I think looking back at it, it was like, okay. Then was Xander a free agent, or did we trade him?
Yeah, no, Xander left in free agency.
But I just think I also point to that one because how do you not sign such a good player who's a legend for your team and is great, and then he goes to San Diego because he wanted to be with Don Orsillo, which makes sense. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Great man. And then he balls in San Diego, but of course San Diego can't do anything because they suck.
Well, it's not that they suck, it's that they got the Dodgers in their division.
They also just choke every year. And Xander, fell to the ground in the wild card after a bad call. He literally fell, almost hit his butt in the ground. He was like, whoop. Looks like he slipped on ice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Craig Breslow, kind of a loser, and I can understand, the no trade clause thing, that's not necessarily his fault. That's just kind of been a trend in the organization for decades.
But you get that deal done with $10 extra million. My opinion.
Yeah, and I think Caleb Durbin, is good, but I think honestly it's going to be a better decision having him there because he's younger and you're going to have him for longer until you trade him for scraps. But you're going to have him for longer, but you're going to lose the mentorship that Bregman brought to this very young Red Sox team. And now you lost even more because you lost Rob Refsnyder, who was another mentor to this team. So now really the only unks you have are Trevor Story, and that's basically it.
Nah, you definitely got Garrett Crochet, Sonny Gray, maybe a little bit of Ranger Suarez, Chapman. There's definitely leaders there, but you are right. The Bregman piece is definitely going to be the postseason part of the expertise, because most of these Red Sox players haven't really been to the playoffs much. But I definitely think Caleb Durbin is the thing at third base. I'd honestly rather have Marcelo Meyer play second base. But I definitely think it'll be all right. Everything will be fine. I think Craig Breslow, unfortunately, will keep his spot in the baseball ops chair, but not much we can do about it.
Yeah, and I think the ideal move would be putting Story at second and Meyer at short, because Meyer is he is a shortstop.
He's a shortstop, yeah.
And Trevor Story has played a lot of games at second base. People think that he has no experience. He's played there a lot. He
played there for the Red Sox.
Yeah, his first game with the team, he was the opening day second baseman. Then he got hurt, but he was the
we traded for him, didn't we? No, we signed him.
Yeah, we signed him, and then he was our starting second baseman on the opening day for his first game, and then he got hurt, and then he got hurt the next year. But
The next year.
But then he had a healthy season, And he had his ups and downs. Like, he started really hot, and then, like, April through June, he sucked. Then in the summer, he really started finding his groove, and he just kept going. Of course, he had the 30 stolen bases without getting caught, and then immediately got caught after getting that record, so that was hilarious.
Yeah, because those are the Yankees, right?
I remember, I'm pretty sure he
It's
got,
either Yankees or Blue Jays.
it was one of those. But I remember thinking it was that Blue Jays series at Rogers Center, right near the end of the season, right before we went back to Fenway. They were at Rogers Center. And I just remember thinking, after we had like 2 straight like blowout wins, like not really blowout, but like a lot, we scored on them. They couldn't score, and I was like, okay, this is the team we want in the playoffs. This is the team we need to be without Roman Anthony. And then immediately after that, you go into the Tiger series, where the first game in that series already leaving a bad taste in my mouth. Kyle Harrison, I love the guy. He's gonna do great in Milwaukee. But like, you give up 3 runs, and I'm thinking, the offense has to make up for this, and the offense did make up for that. And of course, oh my God, Aroldis Chapman. He like comes out there in the top of the 9th, and he's like, I'm gonna do this. 1, 2, 3. Could you imagine staring that man down as you're in an 0-2 count? You're just standing there, and you just look at it. You see Aroldis Chapman, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I'd just be like, I quit.
I'm all set.
I'm out.
Check and go.
And then, go to the bottom of the 9th, and now you have Romy. Romy's on, and Rafaela's out of the plate. I know how much you love Romy.
Oh.
And Rafaela's at the plate, and I'm like, come on, stay down. Give us some of that July energy. And he's like, okay. So he hits the ball deep back at the wall. Then it goes down. It's a walk-off triple. Red Sox go to the playoffs. Boom. And then, of course, now, this year, we have the World Baseball Classic, and we have a lot of Red Sox players in the WBC this year.
Yeah.
Of course, the big one, you got Roman Anthony. Of course, going to be on Team USA.
Yeah, that's just insane to me. It's like, how do you, like, that guy obviously is American, but, like, come on now.
Yeah, and you got Sedan, I think, for the Netherlands.
You've got Roman Anthony and Garrett Whitlock for the USA. You've got Brian Bayo for the DR. You've got Willie Abreu, Ranger Suarez, and Wilson Contreras for Venezuela. You've got Jarren Duran for Mexico. You've got Masataka Yoshida for the Japanese team. You got Rafaela on the Netherlands. Greg Weissert playing for Team Italy. Giovanni Moran, the lefty, pitching for Puerto Rico. Nate Eaton and Jack Anderson. Don't know who Jack Anderson is. We'll have to do a little search on him. But they're playing for Great Britain. And then Tyrone Guerrero is playing for Colombia.
Yeah, it's such a shame that Great Britain actually decided to put some more time into their jerseys this time.
No, yeah, that was crazy.
Those ones in 2023 were so good. They might be the best uniforms I've ever seen on the baseball fields.
Yeah,
so,
I definitely could. I could make those. I could make those.
So detailed, so intricate.
Yeah.
And I think Roman Anthony in the WBC, I mean, on one hand, I could see where you could be concerned. Like, obviously he's just coming off an injury at the end of last year, and you want to have him healthy.
He'll learn from all these bigger guys.
Exactly.
I think that outweighs the possible injury risk.
And, as much as I hate him, Aaron Judge, when the captain of your team is Aaron Judge, unfortunately, I hate to admit it, but you're in pretty good hands.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I mean, back-to-back MVPs and all.
Yeah. I personally think it's going to be USA, Japan again. But I could see Venezuela being a very sneaky team in that championship round.
Yeah, I think it's going to be USA, Japan. This time we get our revenge on the Japanese. That came out really wrong. That was not...
Yeah, Pearl Harbor 2.0,
And then, I remember, saw this tweet. That was for Pearl Harbor, and it was Germany for like hockey.
Yeah. It was USA Germany hockey game. And someone said something about Pearl Harbor. I was like, there's so much
wrong with that statement.
Yeah.
So that's great. That one's for, and then all the replies is just like, nope, nope, nope,
Yeah, you're
nope,
wrong, you're
nope,
wrong,
you're
you're
wrong, you're
wrong.
wrong. I just find that so funny. That one's for Pearl Harbor.
Where do you think school's going?
Ah, see, this is, I mean, the obvious answer here. People are just gonna say, "Oh, he's gonna go to the Dodgers." Are the Tigers really that stupid? Well, yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
I think
They're gonna sign like Giolito or some shit.
it's gonna.
Be like, what the fuck?
They got Justin Verlander and Framber Valdez.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
they're all set. I think Scoople. Honestly, I think like Dodgers, maybe Mets. The Mets have been trying. The Mets were like, "Hey, can we have Scooble?"
Very dark horse option. I feel like could be the. I'm gonna like go out on a limb. I'm gonna say the Tampa Bay Rays maybe. Like I know they don't spend money, but like I feel like they'd love a Tarek Skubal.
Only person they'd spend money on is child predators.
Alright, buddy.
My
we
main,
didn't go that far. We don't gotta bring them on to Franco. You know
my
what I
main
mean?
man, my main man wanted Franco, his rookie card, but he was touching rookies.
Yeah, nah. Every time I find one of his cards, I rip it up.
I saw a Wander Franco card in the store once, it was like in the Target. It was just like it wasn't even for sale. Like somebody just put it on the shelf.
Oh no.
I ripped it, threw it in the trash.
Shit.
So, I think Scooble. If he goes to the Rays, I might kill myself.
Well, yeah, because he'd be in the division, but I feel like it would make sense. Like, I feel like they really like their pitching department is really good. I think it would make sense for them. I think it would also make sense for somebody maybe like the Astros or the Rangers or the Mariners even. Like I feel like because the Astros specifically just lost Framber Valdez. I feel like they could possibly make a trade, giving Paredes so maybe Pena or their first baseman Walker. Just thinking in the infield, but maybe even in the outfield, players like they've got they just traded to Jesus Sanchez, but they've got a lot of people. But I feel like the Astros are a very suitable place for Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, and I know it's not gonna happen, but I want to dream. Could you imagine a trio of Crochet, Suarez, and Scooble? Could you just imagine?
Yeah, that definitely won't happen.
I mean, that
Too
won't
many
happen.
lefties.
But that
Not
would,
even for the
yeah.
fact that they won't pay him, but there's just too many lefties in that rotation.
And we have so many lefties. Like our righties consist of Brian Bayo.
Sonny Gray and
That's
Johan Oviedo or whatever.
that's basically it. Like it's a very lefty dominant bullpen, lefty dominant rotation. Which I mean,
and then you've got Peyton Tolley and Carly. But then think about this: Connor Crofton's also a righty.
Peyton
So
Tolley.
is Sandoval a righty or a lefty?
I think he's a righty. I don't know. I'd have to check that. I think that
Check it.
like you have a lot of lefty pitchers, and that's fine. That like necessarily like there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is as long as they're good. But the problem is like
He's a lefty. Sandoval's also a lefty.
okay. Sometimes you're gonna need that righty pitcher because sometimes you're gonna have games where you need a righty.
matchups. Yeah.
And
I feel like we've never been in a lefty dominant pitching staff. I feel like we've never been like that. And I feel like now that we have the quote unquote issue, it's like, wow, we've never had this before. But I don't think it's really an issue.
I mean, as long as they're good, like it really doesn't matter. Like,
because who do we have in the bullpen that's a righty?
Slayton.
Gonna be probably Crawford. Whitlock.
Mystic is king.
Yeah, so Crawford, Whitlock, Slayton, that guy that they got from the A's, Ryan Watson. So that's four right there. You got four righties right there.
That's four.
And then the rest would be lefties.
And I think this offseason has been interesting because, like, the first real offseason move was trading Bernardino, and that was just so weird to me. Because
random, yeah.
If you're gonna,
because they traded Bernardino and then they traded who else? They traded another reliever, I feel.
Yeah, if you're gonna trade Bernardino, why would you give him to the Rockies?
Yeah, don't
Like,
be like that.
it's not like he's a bad pitcher. Like, you could get something decent for him, but no, you give him to the Rockies.
No, I don't think you're getting anything decent for him because you got to remember where he came from. We got him as I think it was a waiver trade from the Mariners. It was from the Mariners, and like he was worth nothing. And the fact that he really had one good season. Burn, no, Gino.
I feel like he was good this past season, except
He had a 3 ERA. That wasn't real. I mean, obviously you're not going to get much for him because he's just a reliever, and all MLB does nowadays is just give relievers minor league contracts. But when he was with the Sox in 2023, 341, and then in 2024 he had 415, and then a 341 again last year. So that's over 14 divided by 3, so like 3.754.
and it's like
Yeah, but
he is about average, like in terms of relievers. But like last year, like if you needed him like the 7th inning to like clean up a mess, like he could do it.
oh yeah, he was. And if you needed an opener too, he was definitely the guy for that.
Yeah, except for that Cleveland game for some reason.
Yeah.
He started
I
that.
just seen an ad on Baseball Reference. Nolan Arenado hit a homer in spring training today. Completely forgot he went to the Diamondbacks.
Oh yeah, he's a Diamondback.
Yeah.
Mi-
Least.
Mickey Gasper getting his hit as a Red Sox.
I tweeted about that.
That was very cool. Now let's get into the real meaty stuff. Ron Hair Suarez. Because in his introductory press conference, he said his name is pronounced Ron Hair. But we're still gonna call him Ranger.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay no comment on that one.
So Ranger Suarez, I think. Where was I when this happened? Oh, I'm pretty sure I was
in school.
I was on the bus when this happened. Or no, well, I wasn't on the bus when I found out, not when it happened.
No.
Cause I remember I was there and I was checking my notifications and I didn't get. Normally I have Jeff Passan notifications on, and I guess I didn't get it for this one. I checked my notifications and I found out from a TikTok notification. It was MLB on Fox and it said Ranger Suarez is heading to Boston. I was like, what? So then I checked my Twitter and then I see John Heyman and he tweeted about it. Passan tweeted about it. I was like, oh my god, this is real.
Now, this is when you know the predictions, projections on websites like this are crazy. Suarez is projected to have a save in 2026. Yeah.
Yes. My number 2 starting pitcher in my rotation will definitely get a save.
Yeah, but he's also projected to have a 3.62 ERA. I don't like that, but
I'm not a fan of that.
I actually don't think that'll even happen. I think it'll be much lower.
We're also not projected to have a home run for a hitter that has more than 20 home runs.
Yeah, get out of here with that. I've seen that too.
And
you're telling me Wilyer Abreu won't hit more than 20? You're telling me Roman Anthony won't hit more than 20? You're telling me Wilson Contreras won't hit more than 20?
Yeah, and Karen and
Trevor Story won't hit more than 20?
And Karen and Lou, they were talking about. I mean, we're filming this on Friday. It's coming out on Sunday. Today on the first game, they were talking about it. Tom Karen and Lou Maloney. It was like the 6th inning, and they were like, they're not projected to have a home run hitter hit more than 20 home runs. And Lou was like, that's stupid. Like, with these guys, if Abreu plays like 140 games, he's gonna hit like 30 home runs.
Yeah. I'd say even Rafaela has a chance.
Rafaela's gonna go off. He hit 15 last year. Like 15. I'm looking a little bit more than that. 15 last year. And that wasn't even like a great year for him, really. I mean, like he got hot at certain periods, but he was
definitely defensive. He had 16 homers last year, but his defensive numbers really carried. His WAR 4.7. Oh
yeah, I think that bat kind of slowed down in the second half because he had like 14 or 15 heading into the All-Star break.
Yeah.
But
you're right.
But his glove state was consistent throughout the entire year. So now you have to keep him there. There's no way to get rid of him. He should have been in the All-Star game. Can't believe he was snubbed.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I was on that train getting him in the All-Star game.
Everyone was, and then I think what really made me realize that Cedon should be in the All-Star game was that walk-off against the Rays, which was the day before my birthday. I can remember that, because I remember that. I was sitting on my couch, I was like, I want to go to bed, and then Saydon hits the ball, and my brain isn't even processing what's happening. The first thing my brain is thinking is, oh my god, Dave O'Brien is awake. That's the first thing my brain thought of. I was like, oh my god, he's alive. Because he's never awake, and especially in like the summer months, and he got like really good like the second half of the year. I think that win streak like did something to him. Like that Cubs series, when Bregman had that home run in Game 3 of the Cubs series, he was like losing his mind. And the second half of the year, he was pretty good. Like, he had some bad calls here and there, but I think Dave O'Brien, he's earned some respect from me. Just kidding, I don't respect that loser at all.
No, yeah. Yeah.
And I think that going forward, I mean, you know, I think Mike Monaco is the better option, but, you know, it's not my decision. I'm not Nesson. I mean, you know, I've tried telling
Mike Monaco does a lot with ESPN though. I know he has a big contract with them because he does a lot of the hockey games when the Bruins play Sunday Night Hockey or whatever on TNT. I know he does a lot of Bruins games.
And then I think whenever we do the series in Kansas City, he's always goes out to Dave O'Brien doesn't do the Kansas City trip, and I think he's great. But I think, you know, if we have to have Dave O'Brien for like the next 10 years, whatever. I mean, you know, I'd rather have Don back, but you know,
yeah, that ain't happening.
Never happening. What if we trade Jarren Duran and Dave O'Brien for Don Orsillo and Craig Breslow?
I don't know.
So now let's get into some predictions. Who is your American League MVP for 2026?
If it's not Aaron Judge, I'm gonna say, you go with a few guys. I think Tarek Skubal. I mean, no pitcher has won the Cy Young or the MVP in a while. I think dating back to Dennis Eckersley. No, Verlander won it. I don't remember. But I definitely think the chances. Roman Anthony, I've seen betting odds. The most people place bets on Roman Anthony to win MVP. I think it was on DraftKings. Someone was positive.
DraftKings Sportsbook. Yeah, I think Roman has a good chance, honestly. If he's healthy the entire year and he plays the way he did towards the end of his games last season, he's going to win that easily. And I don't know how they project him. I think he's projected to hit like 15 home runs. He might get 40.
No, yeah, definitely.
He's got the power and he's got the speed too. Like, he's fast. Like, he can zoom if you need him to.
Yeah.
Like, when he's hustling, he's hustling. I think, as for more predictions, Cy Young, Garrett Crochet easily. I don't think Skubal is going to stay in the American League. But now let's round it out with the possibility of a lockout next season. Do you think there's going to be a lockout?
I personally believe there will be, but not for very long. Maybe maximum a month and a half.
I think there's going to be a lockout, and I don't think it's going to be very long, but I think it could potentially go into like end of spring, like early June kind of.
There should be a salary cap. I think there should be a salary floor.
I think there should, yeah, exactly, salary floor. Like, I can understand why you would want a salary cap. The thing about a salary cap is that I don't think it's really the best course of action. Because I think it works in a sport like hockey, works in a sport like football. But in baseball, I think you already have so many high contracts that it really doesn't work. So yeah, I think there is going to be a lockout unless we have like a salary floor. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 1. Me and Romeo's King, we thank you, both of us thank you so much for coming on. He had to go. Thankfully, the episode was about to end anyway. But thank you so much for watching. And this is just episode 1. Don't worry, future episodes will be much longer than this. I hope you enjoyed, and next episode coming hopefully another time soon.